right on here. And then, look, we'll get this ready to go. Hi, social media. Welcome into Anything Goes. Buckle up. This one's going to be effing exciting.
I'm warning you, he's crabby.
Buckle up.
Did you want some whiskey?
No,
Why?
no. You shouldn't drink on a day that I've had today.
Oh, okay, don't drink.
Yeah.
It's like the
let's
once you
go live.
start, once
Yeah.
you start, it won't stop.
That's right. Let's go live.
My foot is throbbing. We could have canceled.
No, this is going to be anything goes tonight. Anything goes. Hey, welcome in 21-6 in that. Anything goes tonight. This is Anything Goes with Bremer and Jones. She's Bremer.
Howdy.
I'm Jones. Of course, this is the show that if you're looking for a riveting, deep thinking show,
Turn the station.
turn the dial. You ain't getting it here. You ain't getting it tonight, as
No.
they say.
Why don't we tell
sure.
everybody what's wrong with you?
No, it's just a stressful day. We've got a stressful. I think they can see what's wrong. You can hear what's wrong. Just a stressful day. That's what happens. We all run into those, which is fine. And of course, tonight is all about some bones in a notebook.
I mean, it's not the whole
Halloween.
show isn't about
Halloween.
It is Halloween,
and of
finding
course
bones in a notebook.
our journey on getting healthy.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And breaking our bones.
And so, of course, anything goes. So come on in, be part of this wonderful show and give us your thoughts and opinions. Or if you want to jump on, let us know. We're going to send you a link and you can be part of this incredible show and put it on your resume. I mean, it'd be fantastic. Now, here's a big important announcement. Of course, our good friends over at Natural Therapy Wellness Center always help us out financially with this show. www.mchenrymassage.com 815-385-8190. Check them out if you need a massage. Great.
Absolutely.
Now, the big announcement is this.
I don't think it's an announcement.
Tonight, following this show.
Oh, this announcement.
This is an all new. This is it. They're kicking it off. Brand new show at 7:15 p.m., 15 minutes after this show. Let me tell you something, brother, is the name of the show. All about wrestling. Pro wrestling.
That's fun. My son was a wrestler.
Pro wrestling. I don't believe in getting in tights and rolling around with men.
Yeah, my son was a wrestler.
But let me tell you, I would not miss an episode growing up watching those men in Speedo all lathered up.
Right? Fun
hitting each other with chairs.
So, and I know that Tim Santos is a huge WWE fan,
and Tom is as well.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So that'll be a good show. You guys will have to turn in after that. Yeah,
it'll be really, really cool and educational. Let me tell you something, brother. Following Anything Goes with Bremer and Jones. Great week. You have a good week.
I actually had a phenomenal week.
Outside of effing up your foot?
I messed up my foot. I messed up my foot. Like, how would you describe the photo that I showed you?
So, right over
the top of my foot, like towards my toes. Left
foot, over the top of the pinky and second to pinky toe.
Yeah.
Is a goose egg about the size of
a baseball.
A baseball.
It's a baseball.
It's huge.
It is it is the grossest thing that I've ever seen. And I will tell you, so on Thursday, I was leaving. So it was Wednesday night, actually. On Friday, I left for Ohio to visit my friend.
Yep.
And on Thursday or Wednesday night at like 2:30 in the morning, my dumb dog, my puppy that I love to death, Elton was driving me nuts. And so
He's been on the show a couple times.
Yep. And so I had a gate made for him, a wood gate, solid gate. And I was partially asleep and I trying to let him lay with me because he was being a butthead, but I couldn't take it anymore.
You remember when he was really calm?
He was really calm until you barked at him one time and you ruined him. So anyway, I opened up, all I did was the equivalent to opening up a door. And you know how your toes can go underneath the door?
Yeah.
And then your foot gets a little thicker and it just stopped. It took 10 seconds. It didn't even hurt that bad. I was like,
It looks
ow. Ow. Well, at the moment, I was like, ow, son of a bitch, you goddamn dog. Like, you know what you do?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I went to bed. Right. Went to bed. At 6:30 in the morning, the dog has to get up and my son has to get up. And I go just to step up and I'm like, ow.
What in the blue
What
hell?
is that? And I turn on the light and my son walks in and said, holy God, what is that? So I took a picture of it. I've never seen anything like it. It's
crazy.
Literally the size of a baseball.
What the doctor said?
Well, so I went to the urgent care.
Urgent care.
As soon as they opened, because I really thought something would, like,
strapped on your mask.
Sally Santos said that some sort of movie happens where a spider eats, lays eggs and they come out. Right. So
100.
she was convinced that there were hundreds of spiders. So I went to this urgent care and the doctor says, oh, so you didn't drop anything on it? I said, nope, just a door. Like a door opened on it, stopped. Huh. Let's get you an x-ray. I think maybe you broke it. So I have an x-ray. No break.
Just a big goose egg.
Just a ginormous goose egg. So I said to him, what is it? And he says, it's a hematoma. I said, well, obviously.
Right.
I know it's a fucking hematoma. I didn't have to go to 8 years of medical school.
My mom could have told me.
Seriously. Right. Why? So the only thing he can think of is that the sudden stop of the blood flow of the door opening quickly on my foot burst blood vessels and capillaries, bloody stuff, and coagulated into a ginormous blood ball.
And the next thing the doctor said, and she wouldn't say this on air, I will. The next thing the doctor said is like, ma'am, you can take your feet out of the stirrups.
You're so gross. But here's the best part. So I said to him, so what do I do? And he goes, well, we're going to put you in a shoe.
Yeah, got
you can't put you're not going to be able to put any other shoe on.
You're not slipping that little.
Nothing is. I couldn't even put my slipper on. It hurt so bad. Yeah. And so he said, well, if tomorrow, if it wasn't better, I'd have you see an orthopedist. But you're getting on a plane tomorrow. So go see the orthopedist now. Okay. So he has me drive to Glenview to Glenbrook Hospital.
Oh, man, yeah.
4.5 hour wait.
Oh.
And I said, it can wait until Tuesday. No. So I left. Didn't go see the orthopedist.
And your trip was?
And my trip was fine.
Fantastic.
My trip was fine. I still have a goose egg about the size of a golf ball.
Yeah, probably a golf ball.
And now the rest of my foot is black and orange and purple, and it's disgusting.
I think feet are ugly. It's not pretty.
My foot looks like a elephant foot.
It is not pretty.
But I will tell you, I want to talk about this for a minute. So I flew to Ohio to go see my best friend of 34 years.
Oh, Ohio?
This is why we have no listeners anymore. So, so I went to go visit my best friend Lauren in Ohio, and I will tell you that I sleep about 5 or 6 hours a night. I don't sleep often. You know, I'm a single mom, business, right?
Hot, cold.
First night, 9.5 hours.
Out like a light.
Second night, almost 10 hours. Third night, almost 8.5 hours. I'm going to go there like quarterly. It's the greatest thing ever.
Was it a hotel or?
I stayed at a beautiful hotel. I stayed at their new Marriott residential suites.
But it was perfect for you.
Had a kitchen, a living room, a bedroom. Very nice. I was able to have some groceries and, snacks and eat. But let me just tell you, this is what I wanted to talk about. Oh, I slept like a baby. Well, this is what I was talking about with some friends. That our generation, because you're much older than me.
Yes, of course.
So our generation, most of us have friends that we've been friends with since kindergarten, grade school. I just went to Florida a few months ago with my friend since I've been 9. And our kids don't have that. Our kids and my daughter's generation, she's 27, don't really have it because we went home from school and we went out and played till dark.
Till the streetlights came on.
Correct. We went to sleepovers for 5 days in a row. Nobody cared. We had sleepovers during the day when there was still school. We had our parents, most of our parents didn't work, our moms, so we could go to any place we wanted to. And we had, there was lots of clubs and whatever. Now everything is text, everything is different
home,
stuff.
sit in your room.
Sit in your room and you play video games with your virtual friends.
Yeah, you're very social. But,
correct.
Yeah.
So but I don't think people really think about the fact that, my mom's generation, she had friends of 50, 60 years. I'm 50 and I have friends of 34, 40, 41 years.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Our kids don't have that. Now, my son has that a little bit of it because he went to an all year round school.
Yeah.
It's from kindergarten through 5th.
Poor kid.
I mean, seriously. But a lot of the kids, like, do your kids have a lot of friends of kids that they've been best friends with since their kindergarten and first grade?
Probably high school.
Right, since high school.
Yeah, my son though, he don't like nobody. He kind of keeps to himself. So that is that. Colette, no way. She's a lone gunner too.
Right.
Ashley probably. Yeah, Ashley still hangs out. Yes, Ashley does have one. Lexi Mitchell. Lexi. They've known each other. They grew up and they still hang out, play on volleyball team together and stuff like that. Yeah. So,
but you see how rare it is.
Yeah.
It's just very rare.
Yeah.
And so I was talking about this with some of my girlfriends. They were like, some of my friends are in their 30s.
Yeah.
And they're like, I have friends from high school. I have friends from college, but not a lot of people have friends from grade school.
No.
Anymore.
No.
So it's interesting how that changed because of what? What does it change from?
Yeah, I might still have a friend. I mean, but he lives in Iowa. We don't see each other. But I'm sure if we were to get together and have a beer,
see, that's different.
Right?
I have friends that if I texted on Facebook or they message, they comment on my Facebook. But I'm talking about, I go see my girlfriend Lauren, 3-4 times a year. Sleep like a baby. There's nobody who knows you better. She knows my family from, when I was a kid, not the version of my mom I have now, which is a totally different version of the mom I had when I was a kid.
You are your mother now. So.
I hate you.
Well, that's all ladies.
I hate you. I am nothing like my mother. And Mom, since you don't listen, I'm nothing like you.
Oh, here she is right here.
That's right. Call her. Say hi. Hi, Cheryl.
It's the owner of the station.
Does he know we're on the air?
Yeah. Thanks for calling. You're live on the air with Bremer and Jones.
I know I am. I was actually listening to your show as I was driving along in the car here. And I was amazed to hear Dawn's experience and yours as well, because mine is quite the opposite. I have I'm a little older than both of you, and you guys can say who I am if you want. I'm a little older than both of you.
Yeah.
This is Uncle Pete.
Uncle Pete in the morning.
Uncle Pete in the morning. But I have probably, in fact, I could probably say the oldest friends I have right now are probably maybe friends I've had for 5 or 6 years.
What?
I'm one of his oldest friends.
You are.
Seriously? That's ridiculous. That makes me one of your oldest friends.
Yeah, no, but that's the way you roll. I mean, he's kind of a keep to himself kind of guy, and that's it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
But my kids actually have friends. They're all adults now. My children are adults, but they have friends that they earned when they were in preschool, first grade, second grade, 5th grade. And they're all still friends with them to this very day. And they're all in their 20s now. But to me, I was shocked.
We got a caller.
That's great, Pete. But it's really rare right now. It really is rare. We talked to a bunch of, because this is a topic of our conversation. I have 10 agents and all of them are different ages. And we talked about it today. And most of the ones that were in their 20s and the 30s do not have friends from their childhood.
Romy, hey, wow. Romy, how are you? Lisa Eflin says, I'm with you. I have friends for 30 and 40 plus years and can count them on more than 2 hands.
Right.
Wow.
And then Shayna,
that amazes me.
And then Shayna says, yeah, me too, Pete.
But there's nothing like it, Pete. So what happens is, for instance, my mom and dad were married 50 years. My dad passed away 8 years ago.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. And my mom is a completely different mom. They were only cared about each other. They were not about kids. They were not about grandkids. My dad passes away and my mom only cares about us now because there's nothing else in her life. So all of my newer friends are like, wow, your mom is so doting and wonderful and kind. And Lauren knows my mom is batshit crazy. So she knows the good stories. But like, that's what I mean. There's something about, people, you've never met my father. You can only understand from what I've said about her, but she has stories of him and memories of him. And there's something about that.
Sure.
So yeah,
I'm the guy who I have a lot of acquaintances. Not a ton of friends. I'm kind of like Pete. I mean, I've got some good friends of a long time. Mike Krejci from the Dream Home Experts is probably one of my very, very closest friends ever. But the truth is, I know a lot of people, and I see their acquaintances. They're like, hey, my friend, how are you, buddy? Hey, but if you count the people who come over to my house, you can probably count them inside of that one hand.
Really?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Lisa says that she's known her late husband. She knew him since she was 9.
Yeah. So
I mean, my ex-husband I knew since I was 9 too. And then we'll just move on there.
No further questions.
No further conversations. Actually, a funny story is today somebody brought me a loan officer. Not you, a different loan officer brought me a gift today. Literally like a 3-foot skeleton.
Yeah.
And it said, I'm dying to be in business with you. It was actually quite funny. And I came back a little while later, and one of my agents had rolled a hot pink sticky note into looking like it was a joint, and then put my ex-husband's business card in it. And so my ex-husband's skeleton is now hanging in my office.
Of course. Yeah, I would have given her that and said, well, I've got a boner to do business with you.
You're gross. You're gross. This is why, Pete, hang up the phone before your reputation is ruined. But it goes with some bones in a notebook. The bones, the skeleton.
Yeah, the bones. Yeah, skeletons.
Catch
bones.
up.
That's a pretty good segue.
That wasn't a good segue?
Yeah.
So, Peter, you're going to stay on the call?
You guys enjoy your bones. I'm going to let you go. Have a wonderful show.
All right, everybody.
Bye,
tune
Uncle
in tomorrow
Pete.
to our good friend Uncle Pete right here, 21.6 The Net.
That's true, Shayna. Shayna, that is totally true.
What does she say? She says, my favorite friends are the ones you can pick right up with after not talking for years. Zero maintenance. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, my girlfriend Lauren that I just spent these 4 days with, we don't talk every day. We don't talk every week. We talk a couple of times a month, but we pick up like we have talked every day, 17 times a day when we go there. It's just great. Yeah. So love those friendships. All right. So we talked about that with my hobbled foot. How was your weekend?
It was a great weekend. It was fun. Went and watched my daughter graduate, get her master's.
That's
degree. So it was
unbelievable.
It was absolutely fantastic.
And what did she get her master's in? Be a proud father.
Clinical psychology.
Right. Mm-hmm. So she has your number.
Yeah.
She's got you diagnosed. And what has she diagnosed you with?
Yeah, no, trust me. She probably does, but she probably sees a therapist for living in my house.
She's probably like, I went into this.
What the hell's wrong with me? I need to figure this out.
So that's wonderful. Congratulations. Yeah. That's like huge.
She's beautiful. It was amazing.
Yeah. My daughter's in the master's program right now too. So I understand the hard work it takes. We have such smart kids.
Thank God.
How did they get smart?
By watching us bust our ass.
Seriously.
And come home stressed out. Like, I better get my shit.
I don't want to become a sales whore like my parents.
Right, that's right.
That's
Absolutely.
hilarious.
Of course, if you're a fan of this show, we're sorry. If you're a fan, you know that the number one story on Dawn's timeline and everything that she does is this Gabby Petito story, that the girl who got strangled and then her boyfriend comes home. We've talked about it a couple times.
Talked about it a bunch of times.
Big deal, right? Was it this Friday or Saturday?
This past Thursday.
We found some bones.
They found some bones and some stuff. What I find fascinating about this, okay?
So true, Shayna. It is. I mean, she's got the ability to change the world. Yeah, great.
What did she say?
I couldn't think of a better time to have psych skills. Yeah, I couldn't.
And what does Lisa say?
My daughter has a psychology degree and can beat up your daughter. What, Lisa?
I love it, Lisa.
Lisa says, my daughter has a psychology degree. She says most get them to figure out their families and childhood. Yeah, absolutely.
Because they give themselves free therapy.
That's right. They can.
So
over on Thursday, hey, we found him. He's been missing.
And what I find fascinating, do you know that his parents went out looking for him and came across some of his stuff and were minutes from discovering his bones? like all of the places that they went to, they happened to
Yeah.
go right there. I don't know. I find this so fishy. But he had been dead for quite some time. Am I interrupting you?
No, go ahead. I'm doing something.
He had been dead for so long that he was just bones. And people were saying, "Oh, come on, how did they just find him?" Well, because it was
Right.
underwater. Apparently, it had flooded and had been underwater for quite some time. So there, indication is that some wildlife, marine, maybe alligators or fishies had eaten his skin and bones.
Right. Because
Skin and muscle.
Because I'm like, first of all, I call BS. Right. I call BS. That's what I'm saying. Because it takes more than 6 weeks.
Well, they think he was
to
actually only
decay.
gone like 4 weeks.
Right.
But,
to decay.
Right. And he happened to be underwater.
Which, even if something came, there would be bones missing. If it was a gator, there'd be bones missing.
Well, I don't think he's got full skeleton. I don't think there's a full skeleton.
I haven't seen a picture. All I heard was they found bones.
Right. I don't think they found a full skeleton.
And it was unrecognizable, and we had to take the dental record.
Correct. So what's your theory?
I call BS.
You don't think it's him?
No. Listen, you're gonna squeeze some teeth out of them. This is gonna hurt. We're gonna extract some teeth, put them in there. We'll kick the other teeth out. The teeth they'll find happen to be yours. We'll get this other dead body. Make a couple calls, like I said, right?
Or kill him, because he's already killed once.
Or kill him, and I'll come look in this spot, and I'll find your quote unquote notebook that has all these notes. This dude listen, he's hanging out right now with Elvis. He's not dead. I call BS.
What is it? You know they're going to do DNA on his bones.
Are they? They got dental records.
No, I'm sure they'll have.
They sent it to the FBI lab.
Yes, and I wonder what the FBI are saying.
Yeah.
Think about it. He was completely gone. Like every ounce of him gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, that's why I call BS. Even if there were some little fish critters that were eating them, there'd still be some flesh on the body. There'll be clothes. Yeah, no. I grew up on the Mississippi. Friggin' body could float down the Mississippi for 4 weeks, and it just is brown and bloated and gross. It's not bones. That's what I say. That's BS.
I never thought of that theory. It's an interesting theory. BS. I like your conspiracy theory.
So what happens is, yeah, buddy, don't worry. You're out. I got the call. You're out. Hey, now I'll help you find him. I'm just going to tool around over here. Oh, look, I found a notebook. This happens to be Brian's notebook.
And his
backpack. Oh, this is incredible. I can't believe that I found. Oh, and look over here, some bones. Oh, that has to be my son.
Oh, my God.
Look how great I did. Hoping that the Federal Bureau of Investigation will take the dogs off the trail and be like, man, you're living in freaking Mexico right now, having a good life.
I mean, it's an interesting theory. Theory. I'd love to hear what our listeners think about that theory.
Listen, it's too crazy.
Quick cremation.
Did they already cremate him? I don't think they did. I thought they sent the body to the FBI, and they were not having.
I think
they're not having us.
I think they were having a private service.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
The whole thing is weird.
Listen, the interesting thing is, to me, because I grew up on the Mississippi, that dead body just going to bloat and float. That thing isn't going to be bones all of a sudden. In 4 weeks, no way, no how. No, there'd be some brain matter. No, absolutely not. And if there was an animal eating them, there'd be pieces of that body gone, bones and all.
Even if he was underwater the whole time.
Absolutely.
Under the water,
absolutely.
And that's the other thing that does, now that you say that, under the water, what was holding him down that made him under the water?
Talk to me about that. See what I'm saying? No. Oh, we had some flooding in the area. Horse shit. This does. Trust me, I watch too much CSI. I watch too much Blacklist. I'm telling you, Grissom would not let this go.
Blacklist. You know that's what happened. Is they called in the
cleaners.
The cleaners.
Yeah.
That was great.
Piranhas? I don't know. Is there piranhas in Florida? Probably.
Yes, there are. That's a great thing, though. Shane is right. Piranhas.
But there would still be meat. If you watch piranhas, there would still be meat on them.
Really?
Yeah.
4 weeks in a flood?
Let's use those air quotes when we say 4 weeks.
I'm assuming...
Because he was missing for 4 weeks didn't mean that he drowned right away.
Well, and how did he die? Was it a gunshot wound?
That's what we don't know.
So there must be a missing something.
Yeah. So early yesterday, Laundrie suspected remains were recovered. This is a news thing on Friday, right? They're recovered in a Florida nature preserve, the Carlton Reserve. The FBI's Denver office informed in a statement, authorities told a press brief later that they had found what appears to be human remains at the site where they had been searching for Brian Laundrie for more than a month.
Can you go to the bottom there? I want you to say that right there. Read that.
On October 21st, a comparison of dental records confirmed that the human remains found at the T. Marbury Carton Jr. Memorial Reserve and the Makahalakahachi
That's
Creek
the word I wanted you to try.
Park are those of Brian
How
Laundrie.
do you say that? Mayakachati.
Your karachati?
Oh my God. Oh, Shayna, you feel it in your bones.
No, exactly. I feel it in my bones. This doesn't fly with me.
Really?
And so here, that press release comes out. The FBI, maybe they're in on this. I don't know.
The FBI's in on this now?
I'm just saying. Hey, we ran some dental records. Yeah, they were his teeth. Now, what do you think? You came through the whole weekend thinking it looks like these guys, the whole bucket of teeth. I'm telling you, there's only 1 or 2 teeth.
Can't we Google that?
I'm just telling you.
How many? I'm Googling that.
Right? I'm telling you. It was just 1 or 2 teeth. Hey, you know what? I'll get some pliers. You pull that shit out. We'll be okay. Those are my teeth.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling me that the FBI can find a man in a hole in a desert, and you're searching this area for 4 weeks, and you can't.
I know. Why didn't they have anybody go underwater?
See what I'm saying? Come on, it's the first thing that happens out here. They get the scuba diving team. Everybody's in it, right?
Yeah. How do you spell his last name? Laundrie. Drie. All right.
And. Were his parents wealthy or connected? I'm guessing connected.
The notebook found, this was 6 hours ago.
Yeah, the notebook.
The notebook found near Brian's remains may be salvageable. Maybe salvageable. It doesn't say how many bones were left.
All right. So, Romy, you're a young guy. You've never killed anybody. Thank you. But this guy was in his 30s.
Wait, alligator bones found where Brian Laundrie's remains were discovered.
So alligator bones were found also. Come on. Not the alligator that ate him.
They are asking if he was eaten in a Florida nature reserve, as alligator bones appeared to have been spotted where the fugitive was found.
Alligator bones. So something ate the piranhas ate the alligator too? Man, them was some fat ass piranhas. A gator and a dude. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there was some happy piranha.
All right. I don't know, man. It doesn't tell you how many bones were found.
Right.
Oh, here. Hold on. Let's see. 5 things to know about the bones. Hold on.
Yeah, let's find out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nope. Nothing new. It's just a fake story.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
I don't know.
It's
where
too
his
good.
Parents wealthy or connected. No, I don't think his parents were wealthy. According to the house.
It's his stepmom too. It's not even.
It is?
Or is it?
No.
Yeah, it was Gabby's stepmom. Yeah. So Chris and Roberta Laundrie have been informed that the remains found yesterday in the reserve are indeed Brian's. Attorney for Laundrie family said in an online statement, "We have no further comment at this time, and we ask that you respect the Laundrie's privacy." Or is it the FBI saying, "Yeah, we got it. The bones, everything are his." The mother and father relax and make a call to Brian, like they bought it. Everybody were out.
You are a conspiracy theorist.
Think about it, though. You've got the whole nation.
Well, that's because you said you would save him. You said you would hide your child.
He'd be gone. That's why I'm saying these.
So this is what you would do.
These don't sound out of pocket to me.
This is what you would do?
I'm just
you
saying.
would pull your daughter's teeth out.
Hey, you want to stay on the lam, or you want people to think you're dead?
It's an interesting theory. So we'll have to keep you up to date on this one.
I'm just saying, right?
What about let's talk about the newest thing. What do you think about the Alec Baldwin thing?
Idiot.
I mean, it's not his fault.
No, not his fault at all.
Although he's a producer.
And he probably was being Alec Baldwin.
No, they said today, I watched the whole thing on it this afternoon. Yeah. They said that there's a weapon expert.
Yeah.
She's a 24-year-old girl whose dad was a weapon expert. They've uncovered an interview of her from like 4 months ago saying that she was very nervous. It's her biggest fear about not checking the proper guns and making sure so nobody dies. Yeah. And her worst fear came true. So her job is to check the weapon, make sure that it was only blanks.
She checked it.
However, prior to them coming back when they were on a break, they were shooting live rounds out of a gun.
Yeah.
And apparently they're saying that it appears that gun was accidentally put in place of the prop gun, because a prop gun does not allow for regular bullets.
No, that's wrong.
You cannot put a prop gun with regular bullets.
No, that's wrong.
What's wrong?
That.
So, no, I just watched a whole thing on CBS where they had a weapons expert.
So I listened to a weapons expert as well talk about this.
It's like where the defense and prosecution.
And a prop gun can be any kind of gun. Any kind of gun. It's a prop in the movie. So you can have a real gun. So this was an authentic, real pistol.
That's correct. Well, you could have a real gun as a prop.
Gun,
but
a prop gun.
But bullets, fake blanks, won't fit in a real gun.
They usually shoot blanks, and yes, we can check with we can certainly check with Derek on this on the Bare Facts on Guns, but I believe blanks can go in real guns. You can shoot.
Well, according to the expert that I watched today, he said that they're not meant. It was a guy. We're not meant to do that. However, now they're saying that it was a live round, and that Alec Baldwin was in a church, and he was in a pew. And he was supposed to stand up and shoot.
Yeah.
And he did.
So the interesting thing is this set has so many guns and things because it's an old Western that you have an armory. So there's a person in charge of all the weapons. There's a person in charge of all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And then you have the gun specialist or whatever. They were out shooting at targets in the desert.
Correct.
During the break with live rounds.
Correct.
So the professional that I heard on the radio said, listen, whenever I've done thousands of movies, hundreds of thousands of these takes and things. And he said, never in a 10-mile radius would I have live ammunition. I have fired people from movies who have put bullets in their belt, in their wardrobe to make it look like real. And so he goes, I've sent multi-stars and many people home because they had live rounds near this.
It's crazy. Nowhere. And then did you hear they had a walk-off a couple of hours before this accident?
Yeah.
Because of unsafe conditions?
Yeah, why isn't this? And that's what I said too. I go, they make everything else. They didn't even have to go to the desert. Everything is so CGI. You could just put a gun in his hand and make it look that way, right? I said the same thing. And Romy says, I call BS on both cases. Check the weapon. Who uses a real gun in a movie? She ought to be scared. Sorry, BS, man. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then come to find out the girl that was killed was one of the Clintons, or the wife of an attorney that was going against one of the Clintons.
What?
Oh yeah, the blood circle goes back.
Wait, say that again.
Yeah, so the girl who died,
the assistant director,
her husband's a high-powered attorney, and for the Clintons or against the Clintons or some tie to the Clintons. Yeah, crazy, right? Think about that. Whoop whoop.
Oh my God.
Right? And Romy says, you know what? I saved my kids' teeth, since they were little. Tooth Fairy has nothing on me. Whoop. Glue those in there, pox him in, whatever. Oh, look at that.
They're baby teeth.
Doesn't matter.
That's not what she means. She was being funny. She wasn't saying you could use her kid's baby teeth.
No, that's Romy. That's a dude.
Oh, sorry, Romy.
Yeah. No, it's what he's saying with the laundry deal. Hey, dental records. These are his teeth. My son still has baby teeth. He's 27.
What?
That's weird. It's a weird thing.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. Yeah.
Anyway, so do you think that Alec Baldwin is going to get 2 questions? Is Alec Baldwin going to get charged with any crime?
I don't think so. I don't think I mean, Alec is a goofball and he's had a lot of issues in the past. But
was he sober?
I don't know. That's the whole question, right?
So, was he sober?
I don't know.
And is he going to act again?
I don't know the whole story, but the bottom line is this. I got to agree with Romy. You know what a prop gun is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're anybody, you check it, right? I mean, but then again, I'm not a multimillionaire star,
right? Well,
who just says
from
okay.
multiple sources that I watched on this show, they all said it's not the actor's responsibility to check it. The actors get the props, and there are multiple people who are supposed to check it prior to. It goes through 2 or 3 checks, and then it goes to the weapon expert.
Yeah.
So obviously, as they've said, they cut corners. It was a low budget movie. I don't think anybody checked the damn gun.
Right.
Or it was checked prior to the break. Then some idiot picked it up and you put live rounds in it and went shooting on it, left a round on. Right.
Yep.
Woo, watch me. So I think whoever put that live round in, that's who's going to be having some problems. But I do believe that Alec Baldwin is going to have some culpability, either as the executive producer.
It's not going to be pretty.
Or as the murderer.
It's not going to be pretty.
I saw that he went to the funeral, the memorial.
Well, they already had a funeral? That was
well, she was Jewish, I think.
Move it in, move it out.
Jewish people do it like the next day.
You got to.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
they don't embalm. Jewish people don't embalm people, so it can't wait.
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm educating you people.
Baldwin should get the same time as Cardi B. Anybody else remember this episode on Perry Mason?
No.
Yeah, probably. Now that you say that, it is very familiar. But I mean, Bruce Lee and his son were killed with a gun on set, right? I mean, it's not the first time that it's happened.
No, it hasn't happened since Lee.
So
his son.
the question that comes to my mind is, who was supposed to die? Was it the person he was shooting at?
Well, he wasn't shooting at the director or the assistant director, but somehow they got shot.
No, but that's what I'm saying. He was in a movie. He stands up and he shoots. Well, I mean, what's he shooting at a statue? Is he shooting at the bad guy? So was that bullet intended for you? And I'm such a bad shot, it zings over your shoulder and kills the.
I think that they were implying that he wasn't necessarily aiming at anything but the camera. There was nobody really playing the other person. It was a special effect kind of thing, like just get up and like shoot. Correct. Yeah. Okay. And there wasn't anybody playing off of him.
So it sizzles by the cameraman, hits the.
How does it hit 2 people? So it must have gone into something and ricocheted. Oh, it's a through and through.
Yeah, that bullet could just go right through you, right? And then go in and hit the guy behind you.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. All right.
Or it glances your arm, and then goes into me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so crazy.
There is some, right? But again, what's going to happen? How deep are they going to go?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Or is it, hey, rich white guy? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
For sure it's the rich white guy.
Another thing to Baldwin's history.
I don't know, though. People are going to, I don't know. It's going to be bad. Either way, it's going to be bad.
It's crazy. So, I mean, it's, to me, there's too many holes in that Swiss cheese, and somebody knew exactly. He may be the scapegoat, right? At the same time, he could be the murderer. Going, they'll never expect me.
Alec Baldwin?
They'll never expect me. She's pregnant with my child.
Oh my God.
Never expect me. Hey, right? I see now.
What does your brain do at night?
See, so I grew up, with Days of Our Lives, The Bold and the Beautiful. This shit isn't
General Hospital.
Yeah, this shit is not out of pocket. This is the way life was for us when we were kids.
I mean, it really was. really was. It's sad to say.
Right? That's why we all think that Tupac's coming back.
That's true.
No, he's not dead. He'll show up. You watch. Colby. God rest his soul.
Oh, don't bring Colby in. Poor Colby.
Anything goes, including ghosts who love you. Yeah. So listen to this. And so Lana, there was a shift in the Matrix. So now Uncle Pete is producing Lana's show on Saturday. And Lana and I, of course, everybody knows, great duo. We had a great show. She still has a great show. Tune in at Saturdays at 9:30 in the morning. Here's the deal. Remember last week we were on air and that bald guy started talking?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. Totally weird. And that's a ghost will send the energy through there. Friday morning, we're sitting here, Scott and I, on the air. And you see where the remote is right there on a flat surface?
Yeah.
It flew onto the floor.
No way.
Yeah. Go back and watch it. Pete gets up. We all just kind of look at each other like, what just happened? Right on the floor. We keep going with the show. Well, then on Saturday morning, they're getting ready to go, and the ghosts, poof, just have everything go. The electricity, everything is on. Poof, the board, the computer, poof, just die.
What?
Wouldn't get back on. And then they heard laughing. I got to go back and see if I can hear the laugh. Oh, it wasn't even on the air at the time. But both of them, Lana and Pete, were like, we heard laughing.
That's great.
It's awesome. But hey, it's that time of year. It's Halloween.
It is that time of year.
It's Halloween.
It's
when
it is All Hallows Eve.
Right.
And I mean, that's pretty crazy. Yeah. Listen, I mean, I'm somebody who totally believes in that. I think you know that I had a pretty bad brain injury when I was 4. Well, it wouldn't be considered.
That's why we're friends.
It would be considered a brain injury, but a head injury is really what happened. My brain was spared, but so I have titanium plates in my skull. I don't have a real skull, so it's all made up of titanium plates. And when I was 4 and this happened, my mom, we were in Ocala, Florida, coming back from Disney World, staying at a Holiday Inn, and I was on a jungle gym, and a pipe was sticking out of the ground. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you. So the pipe went through my forehead and shattered my skull. And I had to be airlifted to Atlanta, Georgia Memorial. And my grandmother always said she could hear things and talk to people and just was very intuitive and knew. And my mother didn't know if I was going to live or die. So they didn't tell anybody. That I was airlifted to Atlanta, Georgia. My grandmother was in Chicago with my Aunt Florence. And story goes that my grandmother kept trying to call my mom and she didn't answer. And my grandmother got on a plane and flew to Atlanta, Georgia, and went to Atlanta, Georgia Memorial Hospital and said, my granddaughter is here. Where should I go?
She had no idea.
She had no clue.
That's just
my mom tells that story, and she says it was the craziest thing. So I'm a huge believer in stuff like that. So you
should tune in.
Didn't we talk about the dolls here? That one doll?
Yeah, the doll. Yeah. Now it's hanging out in Pete's room with another doll. It's crazy. Anyway.
What?
Anyway, it's weird, right? So you absolutely love Halloween. I hate it. I think it's the stupidest. It's pretty stupid. I don't get it.
You don't like Halloween?
No, never have, never will.
I love Halloween.
And I don't understand why grown-ass adults have to dress up in costumes and then they party all weekend.
I mean, because it gives them an excuse to be kids. I don't dress up and go to
I'm a kid every day, I guess.
I have trunk or treats. Like I'm having a trunk or treat this Saturday at McHenry East High School from 12 to 3.
12 to 3.
I'm going to have a taco truck, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Yeah.
McHenry East Campus.
Saturday.
There's like 20 some odd businesses with their trunks
open. So when you're
open.
done listening and watching to our good friend Mary Shep and Living Low Sodium on Saturday from 11 to noon, stop over for trunk or treat at McHenry East Campus, where you can crawl in somebody's trunk or give them a treat.
Right. What did she say on the bottom there? They want you. They want you producing. So why don't you?
Because the Mary likes Pete, and there's going to be a new show before coming up shortly. I can't give details on Saturday morning, so our Saturday morning is going to be loaded. But there'll be a show before Lana's that they also want Uncle Pete to do. So it's fine. So I bowed out. So Lisa and I will be working on Sunday mornings, changing perceptions.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's my trunk or treat thing. I love Halloween.
Why do you love Halloween?
I love, first of all, my favorite thing to do is to give out candy.
Oh,
what?
sorry, what?
No, I didn't say the favorite thing to give. I said the favorite thing. So I love to give out candy.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing to do. I love watching the little kids in their cute little costumes, especially the brand new ones who are like first time trick or treaters who are too scared to go to the door. So I love that.
Yeah.
And I love the costumes. I love to see how creative people can be. Some people go all out. It's crazy. I love the teenage pranks. I think those are fantastic.
Yeah.
I think they're so hilarious.
Give me one that's hilarious.
Oh my God, they do so much stuff. They TP your house.
That's fucking hilarious.
It is funny. It's funny. Don't TP my house, mofos, or I'll kill you.
That's how funny it is.
It is.
I've got a gun and I will Alec Baldwin.
I will.
Ass.
I have so many cameras.
That's the new thing. Don't make me Alec Baldwin you.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Atlanta says during Halloween the veils between the worlds are thinner. Been like that for a millennium.
Wow. Yeah, that's why Halloween's where it's at.
Yeah.
So I like that part of it.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in myself because as being Jewish, I don't decorate for Christmas and there's no holidays to decorate. And I decorate usually like a crazy lunatic on Halloween.
And how's it look this year?
It's not even one pumpkin.
Because you got the big egg on your foot.
I haven't even gotten a pumpkin.
Right, you got the big egg on your foot.
I have a big egg on my foot.
We haven't done pumpkin yet either.
I have a 12-year-old son who is going to notice on Halloween that we don't have any pumpkins.
Yeah. No, we usually do. I don't know what's going on, but Alice usually takes care of that. But
I slack. I'm a slacking mother. I think somebody should call DCFS on me. I gave my son no Halloween this year.
Listen, here's what I love, and this is why Halloween is so stupid. You get those cute little kids who come up, mom and dad are waiting out in the street, and they come up with the orange little bucket, and they got 2 pieces of candy in there. Like, oh, hey, little buddy, okay, you drop a couple in there. And then they go out to their mom, hey, that away, Junior. And mom takes the bucket and dumps it into a pillowcase. So, oh, look how cute you are. You've got nothing. Let me give you a lot. Listen, people, go to the goddamn store and just buy a bag of candy for your kid. What the fuck, guys? This is goddamn ridiculous, right? It's literally free candy. It's like pushing kids out of the way at a parade. Right?
I just think it's funny. I will say this part with all of everybody being so scared of COVID and all of the scares, where you're sending your kids
go get it
to go get candy from COVID infested hands.
Go get it, right? But you know, I sit here, and so here's what I do. And now it's weird, right? Because when we were kids, Halloween started at dark, and you got home when you got home. Right, as long as the lights were on, you were stopping till like 10 at night, right? Sometimes you had to go home, reload because your bag got too heavy. You remember that?
Yep.
Well, now it's like from 3 in the afternoon to 6.
Yep.
And you're like, it's done before it gets dark. Well, I'm working, so when I get home, Alice absolutely loves it. She and the kids go out for hours, and I'll tell you an interesting story. I don't know if it's one for the air, but so here it is. So. Spencer is 2 years old, our oldest. He's 2 years old. My daughter, who just got her master's degree, born October 2nd. So she's literally 4 weeks old, breastfeeding, the whole works. So, and I got a 2-year-old. We dress up like Spider-Man, whatever. That day, I got my wisdom teeth pulled. 2 of them. 2 wisdom teeth pulled. So I'm
chipmunk.
Yeah, and feeling good. And Alice goes, hey, I'm going to take Spencer out trick-or-treating, right? You know, Ashley's asleep. She'll be fine. I'm going to take her, take Spencer out just around the neighborhood to the neighbors. Okay, 2 years old. Not 10 minutes after she leaves, Ashley wakes up. Wow! Just crying at the top of her lungs. Nothing pumped, so I can't.
No boob. You don't have a boob.
She's, so I change her. I'm freaking out. I've got a headache because I had these teeth pulled. This girl is screaming. I'm doing everything I know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm 27 years old, 29 years old, or whatever. I don't know. Hobbling around like, oh. And, we got a 2-year-old. Alice was out trick-or-treating with that 2-year-old for an hour and a goddamn half.
And probably didn't have a cell phone back then, right?
No cell phone.
No cell
This
phone.
is the early 90s.
Right. So you have no way to find her.
No way to find her.
Is your doorbell ringing and all the trick-or-treaters coming?
Yeah, trick-or-treaters coming.
So you got a screaming baby. You got to give out candy. Trying to have your baby suck on your
dogs
nipple.
barking, cats scratching the. It was absolutely insane.
And it ruined Halloween for you.
Literally, no, I hated Halloween anyway. But literally an hour and a half to 2, 3, 4 hours. I was a long time.
It was like 15 minutes.
It was
like 15 minutes.
No. It was.
Call Alice right now and ask her how long it was.
Text her. You'll
it
see.
Was 15 minutes. I don't have that phone with me.
It's absolutely
15 minutes.
And I swear to God, I was so mad at her when she got, because I've got this pounding headache because I had the teeth pulled. This baby is just I can't do anything to get her to stop crying. Trying the binky, trying to this, trying to that, nothing. I can't feed her anything.
You can't give her your tit.
No,
you're a failure.
So
pacifier.
So I tried everything. And so I'm just like, people are coming up giving me candy at the door. Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, sir. Here, it sounds like you're having a good time. Here's some candy, right? Instead of me giving them candy, it was a whole thing. And it was so insane. And she'll just, next time you see her, just say, hey, what happened?
I'm going to ask her how long it was. I bet you Halloween. It was like
literally,
10 minutes.
No, it was literally like 2.5 hours.
I think it was, who would be able to handle that?
It was so incredibly
long. What father would have been able to handle that?
Who's that?
Tim Santos.
Was that him?
Yeah, hopping through the doorwell.
Yeah.
That was Tim Santos.
Nice. So it was just absolutely crazy off the hook. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I can't, and it was just happened to be Halloween. I'm not a big Halloween fan. I don't listen. You want to go out and party? Go out and party. Why you got to dress up like a ghoul?
See, I'm not. I mean, so the Halloween parties, I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah.
I don't really like to go. It's always a couple thing. Everybody's dressed up in matching costumes. What am I going to go dress up with? My two tits? I can have one of each.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So it makes me Halloween depresses me. That is the one. I don't care about Sweetest Day. I don't care about being single on Sweetest Day. I don't care about being single on Valentine's Day. Being single on Halloween sucks ass.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Right?
I don't know. I've never been.
So literally. And then it's so pathetic.
Years.
Liz. Liz and Chef Tap, right?
Yeah.
So Liz and my neighbor Liz and her husband Kevin.
Yeah.
So they are going to a Halloween party. And they're talking about how they're going to be this cute little couple. As I'm telling them that I would rather stay home and be alone than go to any Halloween party, right? And then the pathetic part was, oh, well, we feel bad. Do you want to go as Three's Company? We could go.
Yeah, that would make me feel so much better.
Wow.
Let me be the third wheel.
Right. So let me be Janet. Right. Let me do that.
That's right.
That's hilarious. So,
look, I found Brian Laundrie.
What?
The bones.
Oh, look at that. All right. So we have a few minutes left. I want to talk to you about your journey with Mike McKay.
Yeah. So Mike, as you know, Mike is a personal trainer. We've had him on. We'll have him back probably in a week or so to give an update and see how things are going. And of course, if you need, and he can do this online as well, but if you need a personal trainer, I'm going to tell you, he's one of the best I've ever worked with.
He's really
very,
great.
very, very good.
He's really great. So how many times this week did you work out?
Yeah, so I meet him on Mondays and Wednesday mornings.
And did you meet him both this week, Monday and Wednesday?
Well, tomorrow's Wednesday, but last week, yeah.
Last week you did both Monday and Wednesday?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And he puts me through. It's so weird, right? Because when I would go to the gym myself, you're sore for the next couple of days. Like, oh, it's a great workout. I'm not. He's so good, and I'm losing inches already, which is cool. I can feel it in my clothes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm like, Now, have I lost a lot of weight? Little to none.
Really?
But I can feel.
Have you changed your eating?
Yeah, I started eating a little different too.
You did. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. So try to get rid of the sugars, the cookies, the chips, those type of things, the carbs. Not all carbs, but trying to focus a little more protein.
More healthy carbs.
Yeah.
Non-processed carbs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's going good, but I noticed this morning as I was putting on my trousers.
Your trousers.
There's a little bit of room in the waist. So that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, so he's great. I think he's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I did not get a chance to work out with him this week because I have a deformed foot.
What can I do to get out of working out?
I mean, seriously, right? What can I do to be out of it? Yeah, it's bad. So I haven't been able to do it. And then my daughter,
you can't Peloton with that foot?
No. But my daughter broke my treadmill this weekend.
Oh, nice.
So that wasn't so fun.
Did you have her buy it? Broke it, you buy it.
That's what I was thinking. Is it wrong to make your child have to buy for a treadmill that she bought?
Nope.
I mean, she broke?
Nope.
Is there anybody
absolutely
that can comment on that?
100% do it?
No?
Absolutely 100% do it.
So you know who is pretty active in exercise right now? Mr. Santos is doing CrossFit.
Oh, it's good.
And hey, Tim Santos.
That's good for a cross-dresser.
How's your... Oh, my God.
Yes.
Tim Santos. Are you coming in here? Why did he sound like a timid little girl out there? Did you hear that?
Sounds like he's
Tim Santos.
2 miles away.
Yes.
No,
our show isn't without you. You got to stop in. How's your CrossFit?
It's on a
it's over here.
right now, actually.
No, the microphone's not
here,
on.
come over here. Come sit over here.
Yeah.
Why is your...
Of course, for everybody out there listening, the host of the all-new Let Me Tell You Something Brother show, which follows Anything Goes with Bremer Jones, just hopped in the studio, our good friend Tim Santos. So he's talking about cross-dressing. Training.
Cross-dressing.
Training.
Oh, CrossFit.
Yes, CrossFit.
What do you want to know?
So you were doing that.
Yes.
Would it kill us? Be honest. Yes. See, it would kill us.
Absolutely.
It would kill us. It's scary,
no doubt
huh?
about it.
Well, here's the interesting thing. So Mike McKay, who's our personal trainer for the show.
To the stars.
To the stars. He uses a lot of your body. And his workout is more of a CrossFit type workout. So it's more of your body weight.
TRX.
I don't know what that means.
Those bands, the band that you're using your body weight to do squats, and the body weight, that's what that is.
Uses a lot of body weight and things like that.
Look at it, sounded so smart for a chubby chick. Yeah.
So it's good. Now here's the interview. He's like, hey Kent, do you want me to just tell you about to do this and you just do it, or do you like know a little bit? I said, no, I really like to know the why, so I can kind of go home and study it too, see if it makes sense. He goes, yeah, no, that's a lot different than Dawn. She doesn't care. She just says do it.
Does that shock you?
No.
I don't want to know why. No. I just want to do things, right? Mm-hmm. So we talked about your show at the beginning of our show. We gave you props. Up. We told everybody the exciting news. We talked about your great knowledge of WWE and
pro wrestling, professional wrestling,
and how you love it and how you follow them around the globe, going to things.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
We have a few minutes left of our show, so tell our listeners why they should stay tuned for you.
Well, if you are a professional wrestling fan,
sports entertainment enthusiast,
professional wrestling, whatever you want to call it. It's just going to be a good conversation.
It's going to be a cool conversation.
Kent. It's kind of going to, don't really have an agenda for this show. Just going to kind of
see how it goes
off the cuff and see, just have a conversation.
Literally, I've shared this with several people and I've had 4 or 5 say, how do I get on the show? I want to talk about it.
I've heard that tons of people are into it.
This show is going to be incredible.
I heard. I mean, my son was into wrestling. What is it? What was his name?
John Cena.
No, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. Yeah.
That's I remember him. Like he was crazy.
Hulkamania.
Yeah.
Running wild.
Right. So that was
good. Wrestling is still huge. Any given week, between the couple of big promotions. 4 million plus people tune in and watch it.
That's amazing.
Pretty big.
Maybe we could start a WWE wrestling of the Anything Goes with Bremer and Jones.
Oh, yeah.
And you and Kent can wrestle each other.
No, I mean, I listen, I have a guy from Texas who says, how do I get on the show? I want to be on the show. He goes, I'm if they need a guy for the old segment, 80s, 90s, I'm that guy. He goes, I haven't watched. I said, you should tune in. I said, actually, there's some really good stuff going on. So.
Yeah, people are very passionate about their brand as well as wrestling.
Seriously.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
it's awesome. It's incredible.
Very cool. And you had a very busy day today in open enrollment.
Oh, yeah. Very busy every day. My assistant keeps my schedule full. That's for sure.
Jam-packed.
Jam-packed.
You're the
And
one who
she's-
hired her.
She's hot too.
You're the
You
one.
know
Who,
what? You
you're
know
the one
what's
who
funny
hired her.
about that? She absolutely is. And we have this like slideshow.
That is funny. Why is that funny?
We have this slideshow for our Medicare to make sure that they understand what they're getting themselves into in a couple of different routes. And the first slide is a picture of Sally and a picture of me. So I can tell them a little bit about us.
Yeah.
And today, matter of fact, today, this guy sees the picture and he goes, "Holy smokes, that's your wife?" And I'm like, "Yes, it is. Can we talk about your prescriptions now?" "Yes, she's beautiful." "I know. Everyone tells me."
That's hilarious.
That's what you call a good salesman.
Yeah.
Married up.
Yeah.
Last year, and this guy called us today actually to do a review. She was walking out and she's like, "I'll see you at home." And he turned around and said, "I wouldn't mind going home to you." And I'm like, "Well, can you sign the application first?"
Right.
Then we'll-
So
That way you talk
basically,
about-
what he's
You're
saying
coming
is,
over to my house.
come get a health insurance
That's
quote
right.
and get a check out of my wife's ass.
You know what? It's amazing how many people with no shame. I'm sitting across from them and she'll walk by and they do one of those like eyes up here.
I mean,
that's
it
my
happens
wife.
to Kent all the time when I walk by, right, Ken? I walk by and Kent's like, "Damn, keep your eyes over here."
You know, first of all, that makes you feel good as a husband, right, and a partner.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's like, hold on a minute. Why did you not think that she was with me? Oh, geez. Hey, you know what? We got to get out of here, folks. It is that time. And you know what? It's just time we got to run. So come back in just 15 minutes for the kickoff, the show on sports entertainment. Let me tell you something, brother. It's going to be a good one. Come on back.